everybody. We're doing a Monday show because Hungar's taking a nap or something. I don't know. Hopefully, the guy gets the link and pops in and goes, "What the hell, man?"
Yeah.
Uh,
But if the old guy needs his rest, then
the old guy needs his rest.
yeah.
I sent the link out to the usual people, so if they pop in, they pop
Yeah, I
in.
tried to get a hold of Raven. My other devices are dead, so I had to use the actual phone, which she does everything through anyways. And I talked to her this morning for a minute, so maybe she's just.
You got to set up a proper charging station, man.
Well, I do. I have the one charger in the house, doesn't move. Everybody knows where to go get it. We
You
just
got more than one device. You need more than one charger.
I am in agreement, but our weekends are really rough, and going to the one place I trust is kind of out of the way. And Jackie had church in the middle of the afternoon, which was kind
Sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot of excuses.
of yeah. I just don't. Every time I've ever bought a charger online, I was not happy.
Yeah, because you go for the cheapest one you can find, and you can't do
No,
that
no,
with
no, no.
chargers.
Actually, I went through Samsung directly, and
Mm,
it was a piece of crap. As soon as I got it, it said it didn't work. It literally came up with a message saying, you know, you're not using the right charger. And I'm like, I got it from you guys.
mm. I find this hard to believe.
It's absolutely true. But I've got one I've eyeballed at Best Buy. Uh, I just got to get there, and I suppose I could have them mail it to me, but
Best Buy does deliver,
yeah.
and I recommend you order 3 of them.
Yeah.
That way, you can plug in more than 2 devices at once.
Well, to be honest, it is my charger for my laptop. Uh,
I
the
don't
boy's
know.
got a credit card. He knows how to shop.
Boy has a credit card. How old
Well,
is he again?
it's not a credit card. It's a prepaid, debit card type of thing. He'll be 16 in a couple months, same as you.
Yeah.
Not that he'll be 16, but same month.
July.
Yeah.
Is it also Bastille Day?
No, it's the second.
Oh.
You were
Something
born on
fair.
Bastille Day?
Yeah.
Why is that not even a little bit surprising, but a lot amusing?
Fucking French.
Well, you were born in Canada, were you not?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you dig the song Bastille Day by Rush?
Oh, I don't even remember it. I'll have to go listen
It's
to it.
Caress of Steel, like second or third song.
Okay. I've got all their stuff. Even the new shit, so.
Yeah, I tapped out at I think Counterparts.
I don't know them off by name.
Well, I was a
It's been
big
a
fan of
while.
theirs for a good long time. It was our, in my group we had like four guys, and we all had a favorite band, but we all appreciated each other's stuff except ACDC, which to this day I find mediocre at best.
They got some good songs,
Oh
but
no, they had a lot of humor in the beginning with Bon Scott. Brian Johnson just took him into the over the top on the charts, but just more mediocre headbanging bullshit. And I don't know, they got a new guy, and I don't even know who he is. Nothing.
yeah. I should listen
Bon
to
Scott
some new
days were
people.
good. Dirty Deeds, that was a great album, but it was full of humor. Like
Yeah.
legit humor and badassery, and then they just got you know too much money, and it ruined them.
Yeah. I agree with you, I think.
The other band that we all enjoyed was Rush. Mine was Blue Oyster Cult. And I think I'd probably
For
have to say
obvious chapless, assless reasons.
sure. And the other guy, I think his favorite band was Devo. I'd be hard pressed to come up with another alternative, but no, his was Rush. Uh, the other guy was ACDC. The other guy was Led Zeppelin, and mine was Bloister Cult. So out of the four, um, you have to admit Bloister Cult was the best.
I don't know.
Millions of Zepp heads just exploded across the nation. Even though they didn't see this or hear this, they just felt it through the ether, and their heads just exploded.
I've never been a Zeppelin fan, so
I mean, come on, Immigrant Song, great song. The whole Physical Graffiti album was pretty damn good. Cashmere, if you didn't get laid at least once, listen to that song. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you're just too young at the time, but
I guess I'm just too young.
trust me, it was one of those. It was one of those songs. Back in the day, that was. If you heard that song, and your buddy's door was locked,
There might as well be a sock on the door.
or a tie, yeah.
Hmm.
We didn't do the sock thing because God knows where that sock had been. With a tie, at least you're pretty safe that, it was only around the neck. Then again, you never know. It was the 80s.
You,
Degenerate, yes.
yeah. I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. The 80s.
They were something special. 70s were pretty cool too. I was sending out some videos of. I started getting this channel. I forget the name of it. Well, two channels. One I think is because of you, but things we no longer do from the 70s and 80s. One of which I sent out was like candy that we used to, candies and snacks that we used to enjoy. I found out that Doritos were invented in 1966. It's like, wow, I didn't know they've been around that long. But I guess so.
Yeah.
But a lot of old candies that we used to enjoy. That do you remember Chunky?
No, I don't think we had that.
Oh, missed that. It was basically this like almost like a 2 inch by a 1 inch thick uh, chocolate that had like four little chunks that you could bite off, and it had nuts and raisins and chocolate in it, and it was freaking awesome.
Sounds good.
We also had these things called ice cubes that were like you'd get one for like almost the price of a candy bar, like a quarter of the price of a candy bar, but it was this chocolate that would like instantly like melt in your mouth, but for whatever reason it felt cold even though it wasn't,
Hmm.
and they were pretty awesome. But that was like you didn't do it like every day, or because we'd always go to the liquor store and buy candy and play video games every day.
Yeah.
And
Mr.
that was
Max, Hungar seems to be taking a well deserved nap.
yeah.
Hopefully that's all it is.
So you're more than welcome to join us, and
Yeah,
uh,
you got the link. I sent it out to you through the group chat that I set up for the show.
I also been getting these videos about these songs. They're like AI created parodies of like certain artists, but like
Yeah.
really raunchy lyrics, but made to sound like it's no big deal. Uh,
Yeah.
and I tried sending one to all the guys, and for some reason it just didn't take. So I'll have to send it another way. But there's some. It's
If
just
you're
like,
getting it through YouTube, just copy the URL at the top of the
yeah, because
screen.
anytime I try to like directly send it to Discord, they're like, sure, do all the things, and then it didn't show up. I'm like, what the fuck's the point?
No,
So
it's
yeah,
just
I'll just copy the link and
yeah.
do it the hard way, and
Just copy
hopefully,
and paste, and they'll show up. That's the best way. I just default to that for everything.
yeah. I
I
just
don't
thought
trust.
because I wanted to send it to a whole bunch of people, you and Hungar and James and Bubba, and I figured I'll just do it all at once. It's letting me do it all at once, and then it said, we're not doing shit. So,
Yeah.
so you have a good weekend.
Uh, today's a holiday, I think, so I'm still
Hmm.
on my weekend if it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
We've
no,
got one.
I
We've
had to
got
go in.
Memorial Day Friday, so we get a 3 day coming up right
and,
before the end of the school year.
and no, you know I didn't have a good weekend.
Well, I know something happened, but
Yeah,
that's none of my beeswax.
yeah. Well, definitely not on a live show.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Otherwise, it was pretty good. Saturday's show was really good. Sunday's game was really good. What's up, Mr. Max?
yeah,
Not
Looking
much,
all,
not much.
looking all stoic and shit.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I am, I am like very I'm not. I'm a very passionate guy.
No, I know. She just had that look like,
Yeah.
bring it, bitches.
Yeah, you're all like,
Yeah, well, it's gonna be like the first. I think it's the first day we're gonna go above like 20 degrees Celsius today, really. So, or maybe we had a bit like for an hour or so, but like today's like starting the summer, right?
hmm
68 Fahrenheit for people who would still live in the past.
It's gonna hit 75 here.
Yeah, that's pretty
It,
warm.
well, it's the average where I live is 90 to 115.
That's too warm, That's unlivable.
that's demonic.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I know like California is trying really hard to be hell, but you don't have to be the
We've actually attained the first level.
yeah.
With only 9 more to go. Just saying.
We're
Hopefully,
in there
I'll be out.
fast.
I'm planning on being out by the time we hit level 7, which will be in like 2 years. So, um, go
Dante's
team.
Oh, out of California.
Yeah. But I'll be moving to Texas, where it's potentially just as hot.
Yeah. I thought you meant dead. Like I said, man, you've been alive for thousands of years. Like, what's the odds that you're gonna be dying dead in the next 2 years?
No. Just out of hell and into purgatory, maybe. I don't know.
other
Well,
hell.
Yeah.
you're not gonna
I
be in
don't
heaven
trust.
for sure as long as you stay in the U.S. or on Earth, I guess. There's no heaven on Earth.
Yeah. I'll just go with Earth
Let's be fair.
because I don't know of too many places that would tolerate me besides the U.S. Just saying.
Yeah.
Um, I get in a lot of
Even the
trouble.
U.S. like they barely do.
Yeah, I own too many things that I couldn't even get through customs. Just saying.
Yeah, that stick of uranium. You probably should know that.
Yeah, you know what? But it's got such fond memories.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, now you don't only need a DeLorean, and you can go move
No.
to a better time.
Uh, I don't know that there is one. The future doesn't look that bright, and every aspect of the future, which most people forget
No, the
about,
past, bro.
Yeah, the past.
yeah, every aspect of the past has that one thing that I just couldn't deal with, and that's the smell. You know, uh,
Well, have you been to a modern city? Doesn't smell
yeah,
that
I
great
live
either.
I live in California. We have our areas. Even though I live in the high desert, we have areas that you can see the stink lines.
Yeah, and you live like just in front of the highway, right? Cars don't smell that great either.
No, well, probably a nose blind thing.
Like
Uh,
that would probably exactly like you make like somebody from the past, you drive them crazy.
oh yeah, but it wouldn't be
Like
from
when you live in
PO.
the country, right? You smell like horse manure and corn manure all the time, and you get used to it. And at some point,
I've
when
got
like
horses. I've got horses less than 5 minutes away. I could
yeah,
I
at
could
some, at some
almost
point, you almost like you like the smell. Like you've been out gone for a while, you come back, say, "Oh, I smell like home," right? Just like
right,
it's
but
comforting.
when it's the people smell, from having not bathed, for days, if not weeks on end, which was, let's face
Yeah,
it.
but that you can go back like in European place or where people did bathe,
Yeah.
and if you want like people not bathe, you don't have to go to the past. You can just up on the plane, right? Just it's not like a time thing; it's a
Yeah,
people thing. Am I going too spicy?
no, not at all.
Going
Not at
too
all.
hard?
No.
This is my show, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
And my
You're
Saturday
not hard
We
enough.
get to talk about World War II.
So I'm not going hard enough. You say?
I did not say that, nor will I ever say that because that just leaves oneself wide open, uh, physically and metaphorically, of course.
Yeah.
Do I have to go up there and get my hat? It's
You do
just
not need a hat. It's not raining. You're not outside.
And you're inside, yeah.
I was talking about my Stillhelm.
We know. We know. That's not really a hat. That's a helmet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Feels
still
from.
get torqued when like I went to Jackie's uh, uh, award ceremony last year. Today this year I just said fuck it. But I was in there and I was looking around just seeing baseball hats and shit everywhere. I'm like, we're in the gymnasium. You're not on the court.
Yeah.
You're not. So there's no reason to be wearing a hat. And where I come from, and where I grew up, you took your hat off as soon as you walked inside.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think people like wear too much. Like people like are also like wearing a hat doesn't give you personality. People like,
No,
seem to forget that, right? Just like a hat. Like I wear a hat when I work outside in the garden, stuff like that. I'm ginger and stuff like that, right? Just like I need to cover
You're
myself
just.
somehow. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
that's the
Although
part of the show.
I am guilty on
Did
occasion.
you pin a
I'll
towel
wear,
to it? To
I'll wear a hat on my show, even up in the studio. But
Yeah.
it's just kind, it's a cowboy hat. So I'm just trying to play the cowboy part, for a few
Exactly.
moments.
You're using your hat to give you a personality.
Well, no, I mean if I'm reviewing a Western game,
Yeah.
we've always been famous for dressing
Yeah,
up.
like when you're on a stream, it's entertainment and stuff like that, right? Fair enough.
Especially Jackie. He was as Justin. Jackie was all dressed up for part of his video he was doing. Top hat, and suit,
And
and
yeah, and
everything.
like to be fair, also like if you want to make a character, like we often have like hats associated with some like I want to play a rich guy, I'm gonna put a top hat and a monocle.
Mhm.
I should get a top hat.
Hey, where can I get a monocle? Jackie's been asking for the longest time for a monocle.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, like
Google it.
yeah.
No, I meant like if you knew like a really cool place.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure they probably
What?
sell them on
This-
Glasses USA. The
This
sponsor of
guy's
today's
wearing a tank top and I'm wearing a t-shirt. You think we know where the fuck to get a monocle?
I also don't wear glasses.
Well, no, because that's what you only need the one for the one eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you have to clinch it.
Yeah, I know. What a weird invention, right?
Hungar, man, we were waiting for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
That's
didn't you
that's,
start
that's
up
what
the
I
stream?
said,
Dude, I even called you, but you sounded like you were in the middle of a good dream. I hope I ruined it for you.
Yeah. Well, hop in here.
That or say the word, we'll jump over to your stream, dude.
Yeah. Mr. Max was like, I finally made a Hungar stream and he's not even doing it.
The people
Lol.
miss you, man.
You're sick as a dog.
What?
That's
What?
not.
You want to go inside? Is Grandma eating? Is Grandma eating? And that what you want to do? You want to mooch? I know you do. What do you say, Roof? Are you sure? I can't tell. That's kind of a low key roof there. You want to go inside? You're not going to look at my face. Sorry. I know what that means. It doesn't mean that you love me. It means that you want to eat me or worse. Hello? Yes, I love you too. But I'm busy.
What the fuck's
Doing people
going on
stuff.
here?
My dog is wanting to go inside because grandma's eating and he knows that's
Is grandma
free
your
food.
mother, or is it like your?
Oh no, all my family passed away a long time ago.
So that's your wife. You call grandma.
No,
No.
No?
mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law. Okay. All right.
You got
I
a
just wanted-
fever and shit, dude. You should have said something, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh
man.
man.
You've been sick long because I saw you yesterday. You just seemed grouchy.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, give me a second, guys.
Let the dog in.
I had a stuffy nose for a while.
Yeah.
I have like a long COVID.
Long COVID.
No, I'm feel like I haven't been feeling like 100%. Like I wake up with like a bit of stuffy nose. Like I'm otherwise in a very good health. So it's like I got this cold that doesn't manage to take over.
Stuffy nose. I've had that since the 90s.
Oh really?
Yeah, I just get the cousin. I've got like narrow in here.
I must have missed that, Hungar.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, it's annoying, but it clear up as I start doing stuff.
Yeah. I can get one of those nose things and push that. That's the only thing.
Oh man, I used to take those those pills with pseudoephedrine in them, right?
No, like the water jet things.
Yeah, but I don't like that. I used to take like the pill with the pseudoephedrine in them,
Yeah.
and those like I would do that before going like for deadlift or some shit like that, especially if I go for 1 rep max.
There used to
And
be this.
they clear your fucking nose up like real good. They don't they, like
There,
they
there
are
used to be
fine
this
now.
over-the-counter medicine called Contact.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Well, because now like people use them to make meth, so you
Well,
can
no,
get
this
them
was
over the
this was
counter.
this was decades and decades before,
Yeah,
not before meth, but it was
Did
this
they
little
use
capsule.
contact to make meth?
No, it was this. I seriously doubt it. It was this capsule that you
Oh,
could see like a whole bunch of
so
like
yes.
different colored little pellets in it. It was kind of cool looking.
Oh, okay, that's not what I'm talking about because we have like this allergy medicine called Contact here that does have
Oh,
this thing that this nasodilator, which is used to make meth.
okay. Well,
Okay.
anytime I had any sort of sinus thing, you take one of those frickers, and
Yeah.
boom, it was like
Yeah.
miraculous, And then they just, I'm not giving you my recipe. And then they took it off the market, and everything else that I tried since then either does literally nothing or it almost seemed to make the problem worse.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? And since then, I
Yeah.
just said, you know what,
Yes.
screw it.
It's the
Uh,
government trying to make your life worse in all the way you can, right? Just saying. That's what it,
and,
Yeah.
that's what they're there for. But
I
in
remember,
it was a big plot point in Breaking Bad at some point where they had to find this allergy medicine and they had to buy them in big enough quantity. And if you go there and buy all the allergy medicine in the store, then you get suspicious and they send the cops on you, right?
yep,
So
yep,
they had
yep.
to find like people like it was a
Yeah,
big plot point.
that's been a thing for a while. And I remember just
Yeah,
a couple of years ago, like pre-COVID, they pretended to change the recipe, for all the cold medicine.
yeah,
But I remember it was about, I want to say 8 to 10 years ago. Jackie and the family were going to Mexico, and I was sick as a dog for like over a month, and I was taking over the counter medicine, and it was like either making it just like stretching it out. I was literally sick for a month, coughing up shit and sneezing out crap. And I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna stop taking it, because I already spent like $100
yeah,
on cold medicine, and I just quit. And like the next day, I was like, hey, I'm feeling pretty good. And it was that point I'm like, I'm done.
yeah. A
I'm taking
patient cure is a patient lost. That's what they
Yeah,
say, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
And we have to say like, you know what, oh, you got a cold, take medicine for it. It's gonna last. It's gonna like do nothing. It's gonna be gone in 7 days. Take medicine for it. It's gonna be gone in a week. That's what we used to say.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even get the big thing that happened a couple years ago. I didn't get any shots. I didn't take any medicine. Everybody in my house got it 2 or 3 times except Jackie, because same thing. He didn't, get any shots, and
Yeah.
uh, we would go to the stores, no mask, the whole bit, fresh air,
But
sunshine, exercise.
all the people that still complain about like this bullshit thing, right? Like except like I just made a joke about it. I wasn't really complaining, right? Just but all the people that complain about that, like nowadays, like there are people that got like vaccinated up the wazoo and stuff like that, and say, "Oh, sure, I'm dealing with long." Like, well, maybe that's not what it is, right? Maybe like because all the people that didn't fucking got the shot are just doing fine, right? They're just like
Well,
Well,
life
not
as
only not
usual.
only did I not
Normal life.
take anything, I went out of my way to be in a good mood.
yeah.
One, I had Jackie home with me all day, and I'm like, okay, let's play a game or
Yeah.
do something, have some fun. We just made it like a big long vacation. Except when he had to do the online school, which was a joke. He got an A in PE, but failed in a bunch of other classes.
PE, online PE.
Yeah, he got an A in that, but failed other classes. The next year, he went to high school, got all straight A's. Just
How did
saying,
you do the online PE? You have to do a bunch of jumping jack in front of your webcam.
yes, literally. And he got an A in that, but failed Spanish, and he
Yeah.
speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
But then he went to high school the next year, straight A's. Second year of high school this year, straight A's. Um, the kids need that interaction, and
Yeah,
thinking
you didn't want to be homeschooled.
now I'm not smart enough for that.
You're not smart enough. Well, he's smart enough. He could homeschool himself. No,
Right.
He could
Right.
homeschool you.
he homeschool you,
Literally could. He
but he doesn't
literally
have the desire to. You know, say, you know what, like school is fucking.
And he went to a public school, but he did
So I'm
go to
gonna
a
stay
public
home.
school
Whoops.
that
What?
was dual immersion, like half Spanish, half English every day. So
Yeah.
he had like on top, there's only two of those schools.
Getting
eh,
him ready for future America, right?
well, or going to Mexico and staying, and then just taking that country over, and then
Well, you know what? You can go to Mexico or wait until Mexico to come to you.
Yeah. Uh,
what's up, TCG?
yeah,
But
TCG.
it's I was
Um,
going to make a joke. He actually helps me whenever I make a villains and vigilantes character. There's like some serious algebra that I never had an algebra class in my whole life. So I'm like, hey, come here, help me with this. He's like, oh, okay, it's that. I'm like, okay,
No,
thanks.
algebra was invented after you were done school, right? That was like
about
ancient
Nice,
Greece.
nice.
10,000 years.
No, I made it to geometry, and algebra was next, and that was
Yeah, but
toward the end of high school.
geometry when you were a kid was throwing bones on the ground. We don't
Oh,
do
and then
that
he was like
anymore.
by the time of Pythagoras, you can learn straight from the master.
Back when a thesaurus had 4 legs, right?
The man, my sister at some point, like she was talking about math. Said, "Well, I was good in geometry and stuff like that." I said, "Man, you weren't good in geometry. You just know your shape. Like geometry is also like trigonometry, right? That's part of geometry. Doing like
You
sin,
say so.
cosine, tangent, and say, well, I don't know anything on that. Well, then you're not very good in geometry.
And the funny thing is, despite never having those classes, I've never needed it. In my life, it's not like I avoided anything.
Yeah.
Just played to my strong suits, and I never, needed to know any of that except maybe some instances like I remember trying to calculate how much stone you would make with the wall of stone spell.
Yeah.
And I figured it out on my own, but other than that, I just and I had a lot of construction jobs and things like that, but it just never came up.
Just remember, you need to take the fancy stone powder out of the paper bag. It doesn't work if you leave it in the paper bag.
It's funny. We were
Or you take the paper bag out of the stone powder.
we were at the store the other day, and
you do it
right
usually.
next to in the parking lot to one of those little planter things, that help divide the area. There was a bag of Quickcrete, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You got to take the quick the cement,
Well,
whatever.
the
out
bag
of the
had ripped slightly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whoever had just bought it just said "fuck it" and threw it out.
Yeah. It was expensive.
Yeah, we bought some to put up posts for a hammock, and it's no big deal, but it's like $50, for a 25-pound bag. And I'm like, you just threw away $50 because you're too lazy to solve
Buy
the
some tape.
problem. Well, or have plastic bags in your car or whatever. Obviously, you don't try to wash it off the inside of your car because you're going to ruin it. You got to get a vacuum cleaner.
That's not true. You can. You just got to be consistent with the water until it's all gone.
Oh yeah. Concrete wash very easy if you put enough water.
Yeah, just like paint. But just the sheer
Easier than
lazy, smooth-brained.
Much easier.
Yeah.
Just freaking pick up the bag, put it in another bag, and then put another bag on top of that, and maybe another bag on top of that. Take it home, and you didn't just waste $50.
Yeah, concrete, like you won't wash concrete out of fabric. That's going to be very annoying.
You can
if
do it with
dried-
a brush.
If it dried, and also like it eats the fabric quite a bit. Like man, I would pay like fucking $20 for a pair of shoelace, because regular shoelace, like, they last a week when you do a lot of concrete work. It's fucking annoying. But
You didn't have like overshoes, rubber boots, anything like that?
Yeah, I did, but depending what you do, right? Just like sometimes, like I don't want to put like the rubber boot, like, because it get warm, your feet get sweaty, they're not super comfortable, They're slippery, so they're not always good. Sometimes you just work with your regular boot if you're not like stepping in the concrete. When you're doing like flooring and stuff like that, you put the rubber boots. But
But if you're just putting down a slab for like a
yeah, like doing just stair and stuff like that.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Is that's most of the time I worked with the stuff. It was just putting down slabs for sheds, like
Yeah.
people's sheds.
Well, even if you do a slab for shed, sometimes you gotta step on it depending on how big the shed is, right? If you're gonna,
Yeah,
yeah. But even when you do
usually
like
like
the like
10 by
concrete ones
5
stick
or
to
whatever.
the metal anyway. So like those the rake and the paddle and stuff like that, they are all very easy to clean. Just some
Yeah,
water. If it get
just
dry a
hose
bit,
them off.
what?
Just hose them off.
And if the concrete gets dry a bit, you just like scrape them a bit.
Or just tap them on some other piece of concrete, the blacktop or whatever, and it'll just shatter off.
Yeah, but trigonometry I used to use
Depends
all
on
the
how
time.
long
I
it's
used all the time when I was working in the video game industry,
I can imagine.
and I use them all the time when I was like I use it often when I do like a construction project, because if you do the planning yourself, then you kind of have to, right? Or sometimes it's just convenient, like
Mhm.
or if you do like furniture and stuff like that, you need to know like, well, how tall do I need to make this brace, and what angle do I need to cut, all this kind of thing, right? Just like, so it's useful. People that say they don't never use it, like, it's like, well, you can make your life without using it. It's absolutely possible, but there's a good chance that it might come in handy. And sometimes also, if you have the tool, then it's just like you can try figuring stuff out. But sometimes if you know like the formula and stuff like that, so you know what, I'm just gonna fucking mat it, and then you just do it and say, okay, now then, and save you some time and some like fiddling around, right?
It's always better to have a tool and not use it
Yeah.
than to not have the tool and need
Yeah.
it.
I'm telling you, same thing with I've got everything from fire extinguishers to
Yeah, you
whatever.
just don't have smoke detectors.
Well, I do, but they don't work
So you
properly.
don't have smoke detectors.
Well, no, actually, we do, but it's a kind that just plugs into the wall, right where it's most needed, which is near grandma. Because if any fire breaks out, it's usually because of her. I do need to get one of those blankets for the kitchen, because if the house ever goes up in smoke, it'll be because she, you know, did something in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Stupid.
the fire blankets.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of spraying all that foam and crap like that when it's always going to be a pan. You just drape it over the pan, boom, problem solved.
Well, if it's still in the pan, you just put a lid on it.
Yeah.
It'll kill the flame.
Yeah, but most of our lids are glass, and I know that's just going to shatter.
Well, no, they're gonna be Pyrex. They're high temperature glass.
Yeah, they're for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I just assume they're glass.
Yeah.
But,
My old place, I used to not have like a smoke detector, or and like at some point I tried to put one, but like it was like too foggy because I was in the wood and stuff like that, and it would always fucking go off, drive me crazy. So I took it off.
You had the they make two kinds. There's
Yeah, they
one
make
that
two kind. Yeah.
detects the carbon monoxide, and the other that
Yeah, I
has
think
an optical sensor.
yeah, the optical one and the one with the radioactive isotope.
Mm-hmm.
I've got two
I forgot which one is
fire
for
extinguishers.
which, but I know like I probably had the wrong kind, and then like I didn't get ours to get the other one.
I've got two of
You
those
sold
really
the house
big
instead.
fire extinguishers. The kind that look like scuba tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the great thing about them is all you have to do, you fill it with water, hook up a tire pump, and
Yeah, I have.
but I just found out the other day that the air leaks out over time, especially if they're kept somewhere warm.
Usually they have like a pressure sensor, not pressure gauge.
Yeah. But I just got them recently. They're really old school, the kind you'd see in like hotels and stuff.
I
Break the
used to have
glass.
one.
And I've got two of those.
I think I
And
didn't like move it.
Jackie's mom was like, "Oh, throw those old things out." And I'm like, "They're what are you talking about? These are the best you can actually get.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about them expiring. You do have to worry about keeping the pressure up."
And
she's like,
they're not good for some kind of fire, like electrical fire and stuff like, or some chemical fire.
right,
and stuff like that.
you'll just get killed. But
Or
yeah,
don't use them with oil fire, which also in the
Yeah.
kitchen that's not great.
Yeah.
but for like our fireplace and stuff like
You can add chemicals to them for that, but then they expire because that
Yeah,
stuff
right.
breaks down over time.
that. Right.
Yeah.
But Jackie's mom wanted me to toss them out because when I went to go use them, they like they didn't work, because they didn't have enough pressure. And I'm like, oh, all I got to do is hook up a tire pump. She's like, oh, I don't believe that. They're garbage. And I'm like,
They don't have they don't have like the pump right on them. Like the one I usually saw, like on top you have the pump.
no. These are freaking. Seriously, they look like scuba tanks. They're that big.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what we had. Like they had like those big tank, and then you have the place where the hose come out. But on top also there's a handle you can undo, and then like it stick out, and then like
No,
it's
no,
like,
they don't
it's
have
like a
that.
bicycle pump basically. You can just pump them by hand.
The only problem is though, depending on how much water you put in them, they can be pretty freaking heavy, But
Yeah.
they're going to last a good long time. And with where I live, with the brush fires, every July,
Yeah.
My hose isn't going to reach, the roof, But I can grab a ladder, grab one of those things, go up there, and just put that shit out. Unfortunately, I'm surrounded by 40-foot tall pine trees, which is funny because our insurance company,
Unfortunate.
well, it's nice for the shade,
Yeah, for the shade, but for the fire.
right? But I had my insurance company come by a couple years ago, and I've got firewood on the side of my house, right?
Yeah.
And it's all hardwood. And in order to get that hardwood going in the fireplace, you've got to build up a pretty strong fire.
Yeah.
Okay. But they're telling me that I can't have the firewood on the property at all.
That's
Really?
bullshit.
Well, hold on. Because it's a fire hazard.
No, it's firewood, right? Just
I'm like, okay, so you're telling me I can never use my chimney. Then why is it there? You're going to pay to remove the chimney so I'm no longer tempted to heat my house in the winter when gas is through the roof? You know what I mean?
also like gas would be like also a fire hazard, right? Just think,
More.
No,
because
what they want is they're in league with the insurance companies and other people who
Yeah.
don't want you to use a fireplace. They want you on their meter that they can shut off because
And
they don't like the way you vote.
I got to
No.
admit though. I got to admit, like I used to have a wood stove, right? So I'm used to it. Like that's how I would heat my my home where I used to be, right? But since I moved there, and I often go walk the dog at night, and during the winter, like there's a neighbor that got this fucking wood stove, and like I
Yeah.
go fucking walk the dog at night, and I come back and I smell like I've been like in a campfire all fucking evening. I don't know what's wrong with this fucking guy. Like you need to fucking fix his wood stove. Like the smoke goes down in the street too low. You need a fucking bigger smokestack. This fucking annoying. I want to go fucking
Yeah,
punch the guy in the chest or whatever.
This
The
firewood
nuts.
literally, if I took a propane torch to it and left it
Yeah.
on there for 5 minutes, it
Yes.
would not catch on fire enough to do anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It literally. would.
Yeah,
It-
yeah.
it-
Hard word
it's
is hard. Is hard to get starting. That's true.
and I'm
That's
not
why
the
you
only
need your
one.
steel wool.
I've actually been in your fireplace. You've got to actually get a fire going with some other wood and start throwing the hardwood on. But I've been seeing reports all over the country here where insurance companies are doing this everywhere. I mean, even in places where it freaking
Happening.
snows, you know what I mean? And where if the electricity goes out, your gas
Yep.
appliances aren't going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people could literally die, which they did, I think, last year in Texas because the power went out.
The
and
year before.
crazy.
Yep.
You have to be able to have a backup option. And so I just moved the firewood where they couldn't see it. And they're like, okay, fine, you're good. I'm like, because I also have these tree stumps that I got from, because anytime somebody chops down a tree in my neighborhood, I'm there. Like, I hear that chainsaw going, and I'm like there with my dolly within 5 minutes. Like, I'll take it all off your hands. You won't have to do any of the work, guys. They're like, yeah, cool, take it. And I took these stumps and I made like not really a fence, but kind of like a fence by lining them up along my driveway. It looks really cool. And the kids would play on it, try to balance on it and stuff, and it looked aesthetically pleasing. And they're like, oh, you can't have that either. I'm like, they just let it go.
Everything needs to be concrete and plastic, and
Because I'm like, okay, this is a fire hazard, but those 18 freaking pine trees are not. When you get rid of those
Yeah.
pine trees, I will think about it. And then you're going to go and say my fruit trees are a fire hazard. Again, you get a couple of these. It's seriously.
yeah. Well, we live in the stupid age, right? Just like
Yeah.
Is it?
That's one of the reasons why I want to get the hell out of here because I shit you not, I will probably get
the Idiocracy movie, right? Just like
I shit you
Yeah,
not. When I move,
yeah.
I will probably take those stumps and any other firewood with me. You know,
No, you should light them on fire and let the insurance company deal with it.
I should just pile them into the house. You know what I mean? And just say, good luck.
Yeah, I leave a note for the next owners. Hide these. The insurance company complains.
Well, like you gotta sell the house, yeah, and that can add like a value, right? Just like
It looks nice. Everybody, all my neighbors, have at one point or another said, "Oh, that's a really good idea. That looks really nice." It keeps the leaves also when because I've got this big black cherry tree in the front yard, and when it sheds all those leaves, they butt up against the stumps because the wind comes in that direction, and they won't go into other people's yards, because the dumbest invention, in my opinion, that was ever invented was the leaf blower.
oh man, I love my leaf
Oh,
blower.
yeah,
Really, I
leaf
freaking
blower's
hate those things. It's like use a fucking rake.
Nah,
Half the,
No.
I love my leaf blower, but I never use it on leaves. But I use it all the time when I'm doing woodworking stuff to clean up the sawdust. And like I clean my like every time I go do a job somewhere, the leaf blower is getting packed up because
Yeah.
then before I pack up my tools, I just like blow them with the leaf blower. All the
I've got a
sawdust, all
shop
the
vac that has both options, and I
yeah.
just
Yeah.
use the vacuum cleaner and do that.
We used to use the leaf blower while roofing. Great for that.
Yeah. If you wanna clean yeah, that's true. We did that when we did like
Yeah, but where
concrete
does it all
stuff.
go? Where does it all go?
Just go down.
Further away.
Yeah, further away. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, see, I've got a whole bunch
Then-
of neighbors.
Then you can
that-
put
Yeah, what-
you can put
it
your
ends up in
membrane.
their yard,
Aim.
and I know if I was them, because the way I live in this cul-de-sac, and the way everything works is, the wind goes past my house and
But-
then hits everybody else. So it's just like passing the buck to them. Oh,
When you do-
sorry,
when you do
leaves are in your
roofing,
yard now.
No.
Not it.
When you do roofing and stuff like that, like you're not like pushing like tons of leaves. You're just like pushing some debris that you don't want under like the membrane you're gonna put or whatever you're gonna put, right? Same thing when you do like foundation work. We would use a leaf blower to blow off the sand and stuff like that. That came
Yeah,
up.
yeah. With my yard, it would
Just before
literally
we
be
put
it would literally be like dumping.
Once
3 or
again,
4
you're still
crack-
talking about leaves.
yeah.
even
They're
even
great
grass
for-
cuttings and stuff
Yeah,
like
you know
that.
one thing also they're good for? Starting fire.
Yeah.
You want to put some you blow some air in that fire
Yeah.
to like if you have like a bunch of wood that maybe is not the greatest wood but you want to burn, you light up something. As soon as you catch a bit, you got an ember. Just blow on it with the leaf blower. It's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like
Just
you feed
not-
that fire, you feed your oxygen to that fire. It's great for that.
Yeah.
Well, in my defense, they are called leaf blowers, Justin. So
Yes.
Yeah, and if
Yes,
you
but
know
that's,
what you're
that's the
doing-
worst. Like we just call them blower, to be honest. We don't call them leaf blower because like you never blow
here
leaves with them.
it's a thing, which is funny too, though, because right now they're about to outlaw all gas powered devices. Leaf blowers.
Oh, that's the
Things
thing
like-
too. My leaf blower is like it's battery operated. Like gas power, yeah, those sucks. They're too noisy. They're too heavy. They're too like, and like with a battery, you can like it lasts a long time. It doesn't need that much power.
My
they're
my lawnmower I've had for 13 years.
Yeah.
Not once is it broken down.
Yeah,
And it cost me about $120 when I bought it.
yeah.
To
Gas
buy
power.
an electric lawnmower is over $1,000.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting one. I'm supposed to getting grass. Put
Where's
down.
the advantage?
I don't like the noise. I don't like the smell of gas.
One, I like the
messy.
smell of gas,
What?
and two, I don't give a shit about the noise because it's 30 minutes and it's done.
Well,
And
depends on how
I'm
much
not
grass you
doing
have.
it at.
Like also like the battery one are lighter oftentimes than the gas power one.
I'm not pushing it. I got two Mexicans.
Yeah.
And everybody in my neighborhood does their yard work on Wednesday.
Like I knew
Okay.
I
So-
used to agree with you. I didn't like the battery or the electric one, but the
They used to be a lot crappier.
technology is much better nowadays. And like because I have like all those battery powered tools, I got a bunch of batteries, right? So I'm probably gonna go with the DeWalt one because I got.
Yeah,
all
but
those
see,
batteries.
I've already got the gas powered lawnmower. I
Yeah.
got 50
Yeah,
gallons
exactly.
of
If you already have it, you don't need to change.
and I literally,
Works.
I run it, almost every week on average, right?
Yeah.
For 13 years for $100.
Yeah,
and if
you
anything
bought it
goes wrong with
used.
If anything goes wrong with it, I can fix it. If anything goes wrong with the electric lawnmower and you crack it open, you void the warranty if there was
Yeah,
one.
I can fix electric stuff as well, but like interesting.
Yeah, you just
It's
gotta learn how to do it. It's
Yeah.
it's not that hard.
Yeah, I got my.
yeah, no.
Just don't put water on the lithium battery. That's the only rule you need to know.
Unless that's what you're going for.
Yeah, no, still don't do that. Rule 1: do not put water on a lithium battery.
Unless, well, yeah, okay. We'll just play it safe.
No, they blow up.
Well, if the battery, like if the battery cell is cracked, right? Just like
I said
if it's still closed, right?
don't put water on a lithium battery. Like they blow
Yeah,
up.
it's not that like
Yeah, it has to be cracked.
if it's
So,
sealed and stuff like that, it's like you're not gonna fucking.
Yeah, that's the other thing is literally, I leave my lawnmower. I've got a place on the side of the house that I've always left it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even cover it during the winter. Literally, it's rained cats and dogs on my lawnmower, and as soon as I need to use it,
yes,
fires up.
keep your gas lawnmower, bro. Like it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what we say. You're just gonna make an excuse to.
No, but
lie.
like I agree with that. No, but I agree with that as well. Like if you have it and it works, like I'm a big advocate of like if stuff work, don't fucking replace it. Like the best thing you can do is like have it last as long as it can. At some point, it might not work anymore. Then when it's time to change it, the electric one are pretty good nowadays. The technology moved a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to see the test of time right off the bat. If it's going to last a decade without me having to do anything.
Yeah, that's another problem, and you have to. The battery won't last that long either. Like, and won't last a decade.
Well, the battery is not so much, because I get it. I'm paying for gas,
Yeah.
and the prices of gas, that's crazy. But
Yeah.
If they make something like that that's going to last a decade, minus the battery,
Yeah.
that isn't going to be an issue.
Even my chainsaw, like I had gas powered chainsaw, right? Because I used to do a lot of logging.
Mhm.
And at some point, I went to buy like because I had like I have all those with the DeWalt battery, and there was a good deal on the DeWalt battery operated chainsaw.
Mhm.
I got one because sometimes like I say, you know what, if I'm working something and I just want to cut some, like I'm just gonna cut like prune those branches here and there, right?
Mhm.
I thought it about for small jobs, right? The battery chainsaw, you pick it up, you press on the button, you start going. You don't have anything to pull, you don't have anything to prep, you don't have to fill it up with
You
gas.
still got to oil the shit out of it, though, right?
You have to put the bar oil for for sure.
Because
But
my electric chainsaw is the same way.
Yeah.
But in that instance, the price was drastically better because it's only like an 18-inch chainsaw, and because of the warranty. It's funny though. The chainsaw I got when I called them to find out how to sharpen the blade, the chain, they said you can't.
Oh really? Mine I can.
They said one, it voids the warranty. There is no replacement chain. You can't buy a replacement for it. And
What brand is it?
Shit, like Michigan or something like that.
I don't know. Like
it's
I can
named
put like
after
a regular
some
bar, I
city.
can put a regular chain on it. Like there's nothing special about it.
When the chain comes off, that's not a problem. But I'm like, I couldn't find a video or anything online to show you how to properly sharpen the chain. And so I called them, and they're like, you can't. You just get a new one.
Oh really?
And they're like, okay, well, where can I buy a new chain? And they're like, no, we mean a new chainsaw.
Wow, that's stupid design.
That's a
Because
bad
like so
company.
you need to sharpen quite often. But like my point was like I got this battery chainsaw because I thought like, oh that's gonna be convenient for small job here and there when I'm gonna do like 2 minutes of cutting
Yeah.
like every half hour and stuff like that. I don't want to like fill like with the big part like with the power chainsaw and stuff like that. The gas chainsaw. I got it. It works so well. I never fucking touched my gas chainsaw again. It does go to the battery very fast though. So if you do a lot of like a long day of like cutting, you need to have like a bunch of batteries. But because I got all those like battery tools, I have them already, and those batteries are expensive. So it battery very fast. I have a lot of chargers, so I can like I can swap them, and then like I went to 4 battery, then one of them is charged again. So now I got a 5th one, and then maybe I'm gonna get another charge depending what I do, right? But
that's the thing. Like if you're doing a lot of stuff, you got to buy the the battery dock.
You
with
pretty much
the-
got to buy everything from the same, whether it's
Yeah, well,
DeWalt or
you have adapter that you can buy that you can put like a Milwaukee battery in the wall tool and stuff like that. But
that's
Yeah.
what it is. It's Milwaukee.
yeah, but the Milwaukee electric chainsaw I don't like.
The one I've got, it's okay, but I found that when I first got it, they said you can bring it back up to 3 times.
Oh really?
Within 90 days, because what was happening is I'm cutting hardwood,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
after
It's not
a
for
week, right?
Like
But,
what I like about it, it's light and it's convenient. Like we use them when we do like when we're like doing like trust and stuff like that, or like we're working roof, or when we do like building walls. Sometimes like just to trim, like you put the plywood instead of like cutting in like OSB, instead of cutting it beforehand, we just like put it on and then we trim it with the chainsaw. We use it, but like but the blade is too thin, so like it's flexible. As soon as you try to cut something like harder, you won't get like a clean cut.
So what I did was I used all three, uh, you know, replacements, but the
Yeah.
last one I was done with my work, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go get the replacement. It's still in the box,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
you bring
if
it
I
back
need
to
it
our
again,
freight.
yeah,
You pay the
yeah.
restocking fee.
There was no restocking fee.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I got 3 replacements. I did what I needed to do. I did get some more wood since then, but I'm like, it wasn't that cold this winter to need the fireplace, and I need to have my chimney. Have
Why are
somebody
you
come in.
using?
What?
You get the kids a couple of butter knives and you have them do it. Not even
No, no,
butter knives. They're
it-
Mexicans. They can make it work.
no. It's a pretty complex process, and we've got a couple of chimney sweeps in the area. I'm just going to hire, an older Mexican who's already got the tools, because I was looking at,
And he's
the
going to come out with a
extensions.
butter knife and whack it for 3 days.
And the funny thing is, I looked up my chimney, and it looked really, clean-ish. It's black, but there's not like big chunks of creosote and all that crap in there. But I've got this neighbor. When I was using my fireplace, little embers were coming out of the top of the chimney, which
That's not good.
as far as I know, was pretty normal. But this neighbor, since she's got a second-story window looking at my house, she freaking videotaped it with her phone. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Bam, 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 bam. Freaking out. Like, look, your chimney's doing this. All this. I'm like, yeah, it's a chimney. What do you expect? It's going to happen. We've got wind like crazy out here. Oh, but it's going to light the trees on fire. I'm like, all right, fine. And I did some looking into it, and I probably do need to get it clean, but it's just.
You need to clean your skin every year.
Yeah.
Well, I usually use a couple of the creosote logs, and that's.
Yeah, a good scrub. It's not that hard to do.
But the actual, like, the extenders for your drill and everything else would cost way more than it's
Your
going to
drill?
cost.
Extender for your drill. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Extender for your drill.
You go up to there and you take a drill and you get these long extender poles that plug into your drill, and at the end they've got the brushes that clean the inside of the.
I would just use like this metal brush with like a fiberglass rod that you insert one, you screw the next one, you push, you screw, like you just by hand. You don't need a drill. You don't need to scrub like that vigorously.
That's what I when I did the research, that's what they showed.
No,
But then
really.
again, it's just.
If you do it regularly too, like it's a smaller job, right? Like a big part of the job.
Obviously.
And also like the way I set up my chimney in my old place, I could do it like from inside, like from the bottom. I give me an access there.
One or two story.
It was 1 story.
Yes, yeah. Mine's a 2-story,
Well,
and
the chimney, like 2 story, because the chimney had to go like over than the attic, but a big part of it was outside, which is a problem.
yeah, it's going to take a professional. I'm not going out there and doing that shit.
Yeah.
The way the chimney is set up.
Yeah, but if you can, sometimes like you can do them from from inside. You can do them like from the bottom up, right? Just like it doesn't matter if you do them like top down.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust myself being able to get everything, from the bottom. Not to mention, I don't even know if I can because of the flu.
Yeah,
The
like
way
that
it's
depends. Like you have to look. Like not all of them can, but
Mhm.
oftentimes like there's a plate you can remove, and then it give you access.
yeah, no.
But also you can just pay somebody to do it. Yeah, that's if you
Yeah.
can
It's
afford
gonna
it.
be like $100,
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's more
And, and,
natural. Stuff like
and the way I figure, if that's the guy's job,
yeah,
one, I'm not gonna hire him during winter. I'll hire him, on the off season when nobody's thinking about it. It's like, hey,
yeah,
come in, oh, what you want $200? No, 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 no. I'll just call the other guy down the road, and of course he'll drop the price, you know, uh, because that's the way it works. Stuff like that is almost entirely seasonal. Nobody thinks about their fireplace during spring and summer,
well,
but as soon as
yeah,
fall and winter comes along, they're like, "Oh crap, got to clean the chimney," and then that guy's busy for 6 months.
Yeah. He's probably doing the summer stuff during the summer though. Like,
yeah, like
You would
lawn
think.
yard.
Plus, I mean, what an awful job, I mean, I wouldn't want that job.
That's
you can
worse.
work with old people. Old people are worse.
Like a lot of those jobs, right? People say like, oh, but once you get to do it, right? Just like even like, oh, you look at those guys at the clean septic tank, like Bruce Lombardo and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Say like, oh, that's a shit job. But once you
Well,
do it,
literally,
like it's not that
literally,
bad.
it's a
literally.
shit job.
It's really a shit job, right? But you get
Yeah,
paid.
crafting. I totally agree.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just need to put in your fucking septic tank like the town tells you need to when you buy the land cheap instead of buying a fucking bulldozer and surrounding it in concrete slabs and cameras and driving it through your neighborhood. Just buy
Yeah.
your goddamn septic tank, you stupid fucking weirdo. Killdozer did that. That's
Yeah.
what his complaint was. He had to get a septic tank.
Plus, anytime I think of the chimney sweep, I always think of the old, Dickens and
Yeah.
type characters, where
Little
they're
kid tied to a rope that's gonna go.
they covered head to toe in soot, gonna die of cancer by the weekend.
That was never a fucking thing.
I know, I know, but I
But
just
it's
have
funny.
that image. I have that
Yes,
image because literally on the business card of the guy I usually think of, it's got the guy in the top hat, but it's just he's all black. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I would do that too if that was my job. I would definitely.
I would have him hunched over a little bit, holding a rope with a kid at the end.
Yeah.
There's no way anybody could fit in my chimney.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, unless he was Ethiopian, maybe. But
Well, chimney
What are the
used to be
odds?
bigger, right?
What?
Chimney used to be bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they used to have a fireplace on
when I
multiple
moved,
floors, right? So
you guys remember the fireplace in Citizen Kane? You remember that fireplace? I mean, you could literally sleep in the fireplace.
Yeah.
It was just like freaking massive. It's like, yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
And I'll put my cot right next to it.
Yeah, and there's a ratio from like the size of your chimney to the mouth of the fireplace as well. Like those things are linked. But
It
also
was
like I love like those
glorious.
fireplace
it used to be cooked.
before, well, and also like used to cooking them, but also like before the Franklin stove. Like you needed a bigger chimney because like not like, the Benjamin Franklin invented like this different kind of stove that increased the flue. So yeah, saved a lot of lives doing that. Benjamin Franklin.
Not as much as the light bulb did.
The light bulb, maybe more actually than the lightning bolt. But yeah, lightning used to be a huge problem as well.
No,
With
no,
catch
bulb. The light bulb.
Oh, light bulb. Oh yeah. Well, light bulb. But that's not Franklin though.
Doesn't matter. Oh.
It doesn't matter.
No, well, he said it saved a lot of lives, and I said not as much as the light bulb.
Yeah. Especially like at some point, like the light bulb was going from the replacing the gaslighting.
Yeah, because the gaslighting was really, really bad. Because sometimes,
Yeah.
it wouldn't shut off all the way. That's where a lot of the ghost myths actually come from.
Yeah.
In people's houses, like the haunted house thing started with like there was like ghosts, but they'd always be out in the woods or the cemetery. But the haunted house things really started with the gas because they get the wisps from it not shutting off all the way, and the gas would cause slight hallucinations and things like that.
Yeah. Which we get the term gaslighting from. But
Yep.
and also explosion.
And explosions.
Yeah. When your house would like just randomly explode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good time.
Folks, do not have gaslighting in your house. It's
Well,
PSA of the day.
it was worth it, maybe, you know?
Killed a lot of rich people.
Like, well, but also, like, you still had like a homogeneous community, like, people like getting together, stuff like that, right? Just like, I don't know. With the trade-off, you always like look at that, right? There's always trade-off.
Well, I assume people getting gaslighting in the future won't be in the past.
People getting gaslit. Sorry?
I said don't get gaslighting for your house, as if
Oh, yeah.
people would be doing
No,
it now.
exactly. Don't do that now because it won't bring you to the past, right? That's also something people have to remember. Like you can wear a costume from the past is not going to bring you in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing with playing those old game, right? Playing those old game won't bring you like thing were better back in the 70s and the 80s. Like playing the games from the 70s and 80s is not going to bring you over there.
Yeah. Shadow.
Hey, some of those games are still valid. Just saying.
Oh yeah, like
Not necessarily, RPGs.
AD&D.
No. I play a lot of other games. I'm interested in a lot of what you call board games or war games that have yet to be. No one's gone back and made that a game like with that theme for example.
we have amazing board game though nowadays that are being produced.
Right. Ogre's a really good example. It's like not changed, even though they've come out with additions over the years. But the game is essentially almost identical. Maybe written a little bit differently here and there. Plastic pieces versus metal or chits, things like that. But
I don't know what you're talking about. The pinnacle of all board games is Risk, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
If you want to just fight over the planet Earth, sure. But if you want to, play an imaginary situation where you're fighting over Mars or something like that.
Why would I fight over Mars? There's nothing there.
I said imaginary. All these games are imaginary. Even Risk is an imaginary game where you're somehow, Justin, and you, Mr. Max, are somehow in charge of a world power trying to dominate the rest of the world.
As it should be.
As it should be. Right.
As it should be.
But it's still an imaginary game. When you're playing Monopoly, you're pretending somewhere on some level to be, somebody with the kind of, power and resources to buy up, potentially Boardwalk.
Yeah, okay? It's because each one of those little things that you play as represent industries.
Right.
Except for the dog. That represents old money. That's why I always play as the dog.
I always play as the race car because I stopped playing the game when I was like 8. And making broom 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 noises is no longer appealing.
You want to be a person that's in the automotive industry of New York. I don't think there's a very big automotive industry in New York, bro.
No,
you're gonna lose at Monopoly.
I haven't played the game since I was a kid, where that was amusing. It no longer has any appeal. But every game, even chess, you're supposed to be the guy who's in charge, above the king.
Moving to say something controversial because Mr. Max is big into board
I know exactly where you were going with that, but I chose to let it.
Stop spurging, weirdo. I wanted to get Mr. Max to spurg.
Oh, okay. All we have to do is just talk about women.
I'm a woman respecter.
I am too.
Lies.
I respect individuals when they're worthy of it. Otherwise, I either don't speak with them or ignore them or just berate them until they cry and then
It
make
went
games.
over his head again, Max.
What?
It went over his head again.
No. I just
No.
it's Monday. I'm wide awake. Normally the rest of the week I'm pretty run down already, but Monday I always have like extra energy.
Oh yeah, one day a week. That's good.
Well, it's right after the weekend. I had a good weekend, and then Monday I got shit to do, and by Tuesday I'm well within.
What does it mean for you to have weekend?
Uh,
Well, like it's the same for me. Like weekend mean nothing to me, right? Just like
no, what we do on the weekends is drastically different than what we do.
I guess with your family and stuff like that, right? Just like maybe.
Yeah, and that's exhausting.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not
a
my
year and a
family.
half.
Technically, they say it is, but I know if Jackie's mom should pass away, I will never hear from any of them ever again. Kind of family. You know what I mean?
You're Jackie's mom?
If Jackie's mom should pass away, I know every one of them.
Sorry, man. I thought you said like Jackie's mom passed away. I said, man,
No,
when did that happen? Like, I'm sorry to hear.
No. I said if that happened, all of that side of Jackie's family, I would never hear from them again.
Mm-hmm.
On my side, they're already dead, and I would need a Ouija board to speak to them.
Yeah, but like when I'm talking about like a family, I'm talking about like Jackie and stuff like that, right? And just like the wife and
Jackie's, they're not bad people. It's just that,
Jackie?
Yeah, Jackie's
They're Mexican.
Jackie's not bad people. Some of them, I assume, are pretty decent.
Yeah. No. Jackie's family. They're just,
coming over the border. They're rapists.
They don't get the whole gaming thing, and what we do, and it's just, to them, it's just, nonsense, but that's how I feel about soccer and things like that. And
soccer's evil.
Yeah, it's just something to placate the masses at the lowest level, the most common denominator.
That, people into soccer wouldn't understand role play, right? Just like the way they fake being injured all the time.
Or pretend to be something.
When you play soccer, you always pretend to be injured or that somebody like hurt you. It's the same thing, but we do it with dice.
And like I said, pretending to be something that they're not.
Yeah.
No, they are usually fairly wealthy and capable of running down grass field multiple times.
Again, right over your head.
Oh, you mean heterosexual?
That could be one way to interpret it, I suppose.
Well, the game is called soccer, right?
I don't know. I don't even know where the name came from.
Do you want to know?
Yes, give us a 40-hour lecture on.
It came from the term association football,
Gotcha.
and then that became like reduced to ASOC, and then they were
right. They had it right the first time,
and then it became soccer, right?
Gotcha.
So yeah, so the term actually, like British people say, "Why you call it soccer? It should be called football." I don't know. I'm doing a French accent for like British people, but that's European, right? Just like always neural trash, same shit. But
I honestly didn't recognize
the term soccer actually comes from. Sorry,
I didn't recognize you were doing a French accent.
Yeah, the term soccer actually come from England. So yeah, but at some point, so at some point it was like association football and yeah.
I don't do American football either. I played for 2 years, and it occurred to me I could either shower with men or shower with women, and the choice was pretty abundantly clear.
You can also shower alone.
Yeah.
But now you can just pretend you're trans. You already got the hair and stuff like that, and go shower with women, right?
Yeah, I don't need that sort of crutch.
Yeah. Why would you want to shower with women? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm just trying to get clean.
Max.
Oh. Um. So I've got nothing.
I
I,
got
I
nothing.
wasn't planning on doing a show today.
No.
What do you mean you were planning on doing Hungar's show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There I get to
no,
be a slacker, not a host,
Yeah.
Oh,
like you guys. Um.
host. Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm
Well,
hosting this. I'm hosting this train wreck,
anyway,
and I haven't even
I
read
need
it.
to go do some grocery later on, and then I'm gonna go walk on the beach with the dog later. And
Cool.
tonight we're doing a part 3 of the Secret of the Rising Sun campaign.
Mm. On your I
It's gonna be like
see
a great stream, yeah.
Crispy, Phil, and
Rick,
Rick.
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't heard from Rick in forever.
Yeah.
still around. He's doing a video. He hasn't uploaded video in a while, I guess.
Yeah, well, he's got a thing on his the live stream for your
Yeah, he
Yeah, yeah,
kind
yeah.
of.
He's posting the game, but he haven't like made a video just talking about theory. Oh no, that's not true. We did one together last week on his channel.
yeah.
We had a pretty good group last year. Rick and Gordon and the other guys, Josh, and
Yeah.
then he just left. I think I have 3 or 4 different traveler characters in his universe, just in limbo right now. I hate that. I don't mind if my character dies, but like being in the middle of something cool and then never
Yeah.
get the end. It's like watching a TV show on Netflix.
Got an impression complete.
Inevitably it's just going to get canceled, and you're going to be halfway through something good, and
It won't be
it
canceled
never.
if. Have you seen the Ubisoft controversy?
No. What
They're
happened
doing
this
like the
time?
new Assassin's Creed, and this one is set in Japan. And one of the main characters is a Japanese woman. The other one is a black man. It's like in Sengoku, Japan. And
Yeah,
they say,
'cause
yeah, but
that
it was,
happened.
yeah, like they said, this historical character called Yasuke, and that's who they're portraying as, right?
Yeah.
Was a black
Hey,
guy,
what's up, Raven?
Raven.
black guy
I
that ended
just
up in Japan for some reason and became a retainer to one of those like warlord.
Yeah, but you have to go through this edge case to tell a story. You can't just tell a normal.
No, exactly. Like you cannot just take
Yeah.
this. Like also like you're supposed to be an assassin. Like the one thing you want to be when you're an assassin is very remarkable and very easily distinguishable, right? Just you want to make sure that anybody can point you out of the finger out of a crowd, right? Just like that's the best assassin you can be, obviously.
It's the only black person in the entire country.
Yeah, you make a lineup, it's gonna be pretty easy. And I don't think the Japanese would be like hesitant to point him out because he's black, right?
yeah, that lineup photo would be classic. Would be so meme worthy.
4 foot nothing Japanese
identical.
guy. 4
Everybody,
foot nothing Japanese guy.
and
4
then
foot
there's
nothing
this,
Japanese guy.
6'3" guy.
Black guy.
Yeah.
That weighs more than all of them combined.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
But
like 20 other people.
and not only that, but also like they're pricing those game like
$7.
$120.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For the
If you
collector's
want,
edition
if you
though,
want to buy
right?
the full game on release day, right? Sorry?
It's the pre-order collector's edition though.
Pre-order collector edition, but it give you access to an extra quest. So if you don't order that, then you don't have a full game technically, right? Just like and
Yeah.
also like you get to play 3 day early. So basically that's release date. Otherwise, like basically like you can buy the game, you can play the game now when it's released, or you can like wait 3 days and it's gonna be off $40 or $50, something like that. But it's like
Yeah.
this still fucking bullshit, right? Just like
That's what I thought. Have either of you guys seen the remake of James Clavel's Shogun?
no, I haven't.
Did you
No,
guys see the
but
original?
I've seen I quite like the original.
Yeah, me too.
I
I
have
heard,
the book.
I heard the remake. The first few episodes were good, and at some point it started becoming like stupid, becoming like a
Yeah,
big
that's what I'm
PowerPoint.
expecting. It's like,
They did the bait and switch, right? Oh, we're gonna give you a good
was
show.
that even
No,
necessary?
no, we're gonna lecture you again.
Yeah.
Right?
They've
I
been doing
remember
that
because it was like a
long,
mini series on TV, and that was like one of the most watched things that and the Bastard.
Yeah.
Back in the day, everybody was glued to the freaking set for that, and it was pretty good. But I watched like a commercial for it, and it's like they had already skipped like half the book, from what I saw in the commercial, and I was wondering, how far along it had actually been out. But then, apparently it's only been out for a short time. It's like, if you're going to do a remake, you remake it, you know,
Yeah.
but not
Properly.
completely remake it completely different. Then why don't you just call it something else? You know what I mean?
Well, because that's the point is to destroy the things from the past, not make new things.
You read the book?
I get that.
You read the book, Justin?
I've only gone through a small bit of it. I stopped because
Didn't
this
get
guy
into it?
wanted to do a
Oh.
book club, so I started reading other stuff.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh, so it was a
Um,
recent thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, books are for
Um,
nerds, anyways.
wrong kind of book for that.
Right?
Um, but no, I was watching. What's that stupid guy that played Lex Luthor in Smallville?
Why would I know?
He has a
Well, you know
podcast.
everything about Star Trek, but you don't like Star Trek. One could actually assume that
I don't watch. I don't like. You can. I don't watch much movie or TV show.
I just assume
me
you know
there.
everything about everything.
No, I don't.
Um, I ended up blocking. I ended up blocking his channel because he did better help read, and I have a policy: anyone doing a better help read gets blocked.
Where did the better me? I did.
No. The guy that played Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, you had a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel where he
I
interviews
don't know much
people.
about those Hollywood type,
Yeah,
but I
he
know
had
who they are.
he had Gimli on fucking from Lord of the Rings, the dwarf guy. I
Yeah.
was talking to him. And he was talking about being in Shogun, and that's why I grabbed the book.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in Shogun, and he was like, "Why are they remaking Shogun? Just go watch Shogun." uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, fuck BetterHelp. Remember that, everyone. BetterHelp is an evil company.
Most of those companies that do like those sponsorship, they're fucking
Yeah,
like the fucking Ridge Wallet. Like, if you look at a fucking piece of shit, man. Like, it's not like it's okay if you want a Ridge Wallet. Like, right now, like
yeah.
they're not like they seem like to do their job and pretty decent stuff like that. They fucking sell them like for $90.
Yeah, overpriced.
If it was like 30, I say yeah, it's a bit pricey, but all right, right? Just like
Yeah,
it's like twice the price that they're worth.
yeah. I think I've seen some for $30, but
Yeah, like you can get the knockoff and stuff like that. Like,
no, from Ridge Wallet.
really?
But like I would never buy it. It's not the kind of thing I'd like. I wouldn't mind the RF shield for
Yeah, I don't care about
for
that. I don't.
well that's the whole point of the Ridge Wallet, right?
Yeah, I
Is
know.
the
Yeah.
I know. The like those what was like at some point I was like those Japanese chef night. They're fucking trash.
oh yeah, those things are trash. Like I keep everything in here, right? So
Yeah.
like
Couldn't really see that.
and you see how well loved my my cell phone case is. I ain't
Yeah.
fucking replacing that shit. It works.
And I have
Yeah, I've only got one card that I keep with me when I go out, and if somebody's actually coming up to me trying to scan that freaking thing, good luck to them.
yeah. What is the other one? Like those this Israeli like mobile game company like Raid Shadow Legend.
Yeah.
This is fucking trash also. Like one like a YouTuber that tell you like, oh, I'm playing this game, I really enjoy it. Like, he's lying to you. Stop believing anything he says to you, right? Just like,
Yeah.
Right.
and like people get cynical and say, oh, we all know like they're doing the sponsor. We all know like they lie. Like, well, don't fucking listen to people that lie to you, right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, if they people need to have like some more integrity. Like, and this company like they're trying to their own like they're also like a lobby group to lower the age of gambling, make it legal for like 16-year-old to go gamble and stuff like like a shit company. Like, it's mobile, it's like it's legalized, it's pushing gambling on kid,
Oh yeah.
And that's literally what also they're trying to do. They're trying to make it legal for a 16-year-old to go to casino, and then they're probably going to push down lower if they get.
Well, because it's not just the gambling and the voting; it's the other thing. They figure once they've gotten, everybody to okay those things, then they're going to lower the age of consent, which is their ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And
They
that
tried to abolish it federally here.
the age of consent.
Well, now
How-
16 is too high.
No, it used to be 14.
Yeah, it used to be 14.
Um,
Harper, like 14 is about
Harper,
right.
Harper raised it to 16 because the liberals tried to abolish it.
Yeah, but like 16 is a bit high.
You think that's too high?
Well, I think the way I see it in different view. The way I see it, I think like people are fucking children for too long now. At 16, you should be a fucking adult. But we keep like retarding adulthood. Like we're like now like you're like fucking like 35-year-old people acting like fucking teenager. Right? People are fucking retarded. Like this meme I like, it's like this like girl and like she's in front of the TV and there's a newscast on TV saying like teenager today, and then like the girl said, "Oh, teenager today, that's me," and she look at the TV and she say, "Wait, I'm 27. Yeah, you're not a fucking teen anymore. Like fucking you an adult, act like one, right?" Women are their peak of fertility when they're like in their late teens, early 20, right? That's when they should start family. But because we're always like delaying and delaying, like, well, she's only 16, she's a child. She can get pregnant. Children cannot get pregnant. If she can get pregnant, she's not a child anymore. She's like, conservative always like want to riff on conservative always want to riff on liberal, like, well, can't you even define what a woman is? And then I say, a woman is an adult female human. All right, can you define what an adult is? Adult is that went to puberty. So you're just as retarded as the liberal. If you don't see that when you went to puberty, you're supposed to be an adult. And we need to develop a culture that would promote and treat
maturity
adult like adult. Yeah, exactly. We need to fucking.
But
stop
that's not
delaying
what they're
that
going to
shit.
do.
No, that's not what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. They want to fuck children. I know that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is like, at 16, you should be mature enough, and we should have made you ready to embrace adulthood because you are biologically an adult.
Yeah, but like it's the wanting to have like freaking 80-year-old guys with 16-year-old girls or whatever.
Well, that's also like an 80-year-old. Like you're not in age to have to start family anymore. Yeah. So you should fucking be.
It's not about starting a family. It's about having
like
sex
that's what sex should be about. The only reason to have sex is to have children.
Well,
if you have sex for any other reason, what?
Don't go that far, Mr.
You're going to lose everybody. I mean, think about it. Imagine, if you will, a world where Mr. Max is actually married to a woman he loves, and
let's just say a woman. Let's not push.
That's why I said imagine. And you just,
I find that a stretch.
I know. That's why I said imagine.
I can imagine floating cities and dragons and monsters and ghouls before.
There's a woman.
Mr. Max in love, forget about it.
Mr. Max talking to a woman.
I'm an hopeless romantic, guys. You know that.
Trust me, when the time comes for you, Mr. Max, you can come back to this video and you'll go, oh, that's what Shadow meant.
When the time comes, Shadow, the time has gone. I'm an old man as well.
When you're 80 and you find the right 16-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's like I'm too old now. It's like I missed my chance.
How old are you?
42.
I was 45 when Jackie was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were 41.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, I got to do the math. I can't do the math.
You failed algebra. We already established that at the beginning of the show.
42. No, it was 42. You're right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But,
it's only a few years.
Yeah. Trust me, it can happen. And like I've been telling a couple of people, the more you hang on to that attitude, the more life is going to like show you how wrong you were.
Well, I'm ready to be shown wrong, and
Yeah.
You know, you got you no. See, now you just flipped it.
Oh,
You got to be like,
I'm
fuck you,
drinking.
Shadow. It's never gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
never gonna happen. I am not ready. I don't want it. Blah blah blah. And then
But you
ready
still
to
gotta
go
touch
watch
grass.
some pretty girl will bat her pretty eyelashes, and you will be like, oh, what's that I'm feeling? Trust me.
I thought it did. Like I thought it was there like earlier this year, but I got my heart fucking ripped out again.
You're tougher than that. You're still living. You're not crying in your beer.
He was for a few months
Yeah.
there. Remember, he disappeared.
Yeah, and I am crying in my beer. Like I drink a lot.
Fucking alcoholic.
Yeah, I'm drinking my worries away.
How do you have any worries?
Whatever
You're
you
living
want.
the dream, man.
You're a Bitcoin trillionaire.
I'm not a trillionaire.
Shut up. You're a trillionaire. You're a quad billionaire. Yeah. You're 4.
No, I just like I.
3.
You don't need that much money if you live a
Shut
simple life.
up. It's funny to say.
But that's a lesson for the people out there. Like you don't need that much money if you live a simple life, right? You just like enjoy like you don't need like a fancy car. You need the one that works well and is reliable. You go on a walk.
Or
You
just
talk with your
charity-
mate online, right? It's not like very cheap stuff. You play role playing game.
Yeah.
Not very cheap stuff. You don't need much in life. Like money is, just like and just the thing you own. So like it's like I don't know. I'm not into stuff really. You do some music every day. You yeah. Have a good meal sometime that you cook yourself.
Exactly, Raven. Chewy, shut up. I can replace
Yeah.
you with a freaking cat.
Oh.
That's probably not better.
A cat?
Yeah, cats are evil.
Cats are great.
You're wrong. The only form of cat that's worth anything is a cat girl.
Well, how can you make like a bad thing better by adding a worse thing to it?
Well, that's why you're single, bro.
Oh, really? You replace the dog with a duck.
No, never go near the duck.
You know that the Canaries Island, right? They're named after dog, not after duck, not after bird.
The Canary Island.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What dog are they named after?
Canine. Canaris. It's
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
Cats are evil.
Yes,
No, they're
cats
not.
are evil. I already established that. That's
I think
why
like cats
fucking-
are dogs are easy, right? Dogs love you. Like
Yeah,
you can fucking
dogs
abuse a
are
dog every
chill.
day. You can abuse a dog every day and still they're gonna love you, right? Just like which
Well, nah, I mean,
well depending how far you go, right? But it's just like
yeah. If you're
it's a matter of
if
speed.
you're hooking up the car battery to your dog every day,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, he's still gonna look up for you, and it's like, oh, I hope today maybe he's gonna be nice, right? Just like they're very hopeful, like poor thing, right? Just like very tender heart. But if you see a guy, like if you see somebody, not necessarily a guy, oftentimes it's a big problem. Like you see somebody, like problem with women as well. They say that. Like you see, like, oh, my cats are asshole. They never come see me and stuff like that. That tell me a lot more about you than tell me about your cat, right? Just like if you see, like my cats come see me all the time, right? They always want to come hang out with me and stuff like that, right? If you like the way that your cats treat you is much more telling than the way your dogs treat you, or than a dog treat you.
I could see that. I suppose.
Yeah. So they're great judge of character, or like or they tell you about a person a lot.
But we have one slight problem with that.
What?
And that is I'm allergic to cats. So they're
Ditto.
fucking evil.
Well, that says something more about you than about them.
That I'm allergic to cats.
You're weak. Weak on.
No, that's his body telling him to stay away from these evil creatures. because this runny nose shit is the least of your worries were you to spend more time with said animal.
Actually, no, it goes away if I spend a lot of time with them.
Well, then
Oh,
then
Yeah,
you
there
can
you go.
do what I did
Yeah.
because I had a lot of other allergies and I was forced to uh, be around those things that I was allergic to, and within a couple of weeks, I was no longer allergic to them.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the case with most people.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah,
people develop allergies because they don't spend enough time outside.
Also because your immune system, we live like in too much asepticized environment, so your immune system got not enough to do.
no, I just ruined that paintbrush.
Hmm? Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
painting something, and I had to super glue something at the same time. I'm like, oh, I'll just avoid the super glue. But
no,
the brush was on its way out anyways.
yeah,
I hate the glue. I hate gluing stuff.
slacker. Gluing's the best part.
Oh man, no, I hate it. Like I know some people like prefer the assembling part. Like like I hate it. I like
But
painting.
Okay, I'll
but
send you
you
all my
chose
miniatures then.
no, it's their dander for me.
Yeah,
It's not the
usually.
saliva.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dender. That's how you know it's a lack of contact allergy when it's Dender.
Already.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Well, everyone that's not a scientific thing. I'm gonna tell you that. That's like an observational
Well, science is fake anyway.
and gay.
And gay. Yeah, fake and gay. Yeah.
But it makes literally no
Uh,
sense. I know logic kills the joke, but
that's an internet term, fake and gay.
Fake and gay. But
Mm.
to be honest, like a lot of people people don't know that, eh? But a lot of
What?
science that they believe in is fake and gay.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like people like learn stuff in school when it was like in elementary school and they never revisit it. But science moved on since then, motherfucker, right? Just like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that we used to, like even like the tens, right? The theory of evolution and tens theory and natural selection.
Yeah.
Uh, that has big problem nowadays since we know more about genetic and stuff like that, genetic code, right? We cannot explain like speciation and stuff like that, right? So because like different species have different number of chromosome, and if you have different number of chromosome, you cannot like reproduce. You cannot like and produce a fertile offspring, right? That's why like you cannot cross a fox and a dog because they have different like even though like they're related, they have like at some point they split and then they have different number of chromosomes, so you cannot breed them
Mhm.
anymore.
Not,
Uh,
not without Heinlein's Junior genetic engineering kit.
exactly, but you can still not crossbreed like a elephant and pig.
I want
hey,
to.
you tell that to Trey Parker.
Yeah.
But and
I want to crossbreed a hippo with a gerbil because I'm
oh, really?
Canadian
We
and I
have like
want a house
the
hippo.
false hippo. But you know like there's a genetic mutation that some people are born with sometime. Like human being, we have like 23 pair of chromosome,
Yeah.
and some people are born with 24. They're born with an extra pair, right? And those people are infertile. But in theory, if you would take two people with the same mutation and you would make them to you would put them together, maybe they could give offspring
Maybe.
that would have like 24 pair of chromosome, and then basically you would create a new species in that way, right? But
Yeah.
we know about genetics, we can detect this mutation, and this like never happened. So what are the chances that it happened just in nature, right? One individual is born with like you're born like you're splitting off the species, we're born different number of chromosome.
Well, I suppose if your species is like free radicaling dozens of mutations at the same time
Yeah, or if you have
in a
letters
very
stuff like
small
that.
group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but most of the time like it's going to be like a genetic disadvantage,
Hmm.
so it'd be like very hard for it to propagate and to
Like autism.
yeah,
Autism does not help anybody.
no, it's a genetic disadvantage. Yeah, That's why I can bring bread out. Yeah.
You're not that severe. Don't
Oh.
don't tell yourself
The problem I have also is like I'm very disagreeable.
about everything irrationally.
What?
About everything irrationally.
About yes.
Yes.
Yes. I can agree with that at least. Yeah, no, man. I just like
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So how's it going? You doing a show Wednesday night? You got
No,
a
I
new.
don't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have. I don't know what want to talk about. Like this was those show was like, oh, I want to talk about this topic. I I'm thinking about. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do with that fucking channel. What I want to do with it. I've
Mhm.
seen this. Harmony Ginger did a like she was doing a stream last night with this guy. I guess his name is Wick, and he got a channel of debate, right? And he did a debate about sexism and racism in D&D, where which Armored Ginger was on.
Yeah. I saw you posted that.
Yeah.
Uh, the, I couldn't watch more than 10 minutes of it, man.
No,
The
man.
people,
I went.
the
Yeah, I
people on
went.
the panel made me want to puke.
Yeah,
Literally.
like, same thing. Like I went to look at that. Like they barely look like human
I don't
beings.
even know who these people are.
Or well, like people is a stretch.
Yeah,
Armored Ginger like is the one that looked like a decent human being, right? Just like
I don't know.
look and sound, like a normal, like somebody that she doesn't look like she come from Innsmouth, right?
And Smith.
Yeah.
Uh, so did you see the thing where it's like if you're gonna read a H.P. Lovecraft novel, you gotta sound like you're from Boston?
Yeah. But that's the thing, so like they make a fucking like debate about like racism and sexism in RPG, and they don't fucking invite me. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, they were just towing the 5e line for as much as I could.
yeah,
Watch.
yeah. Everybody's racist and everybody's sexist at one point in their life. Period. Full stop. That period may
Yeah.
be their entire life, but if you say you're not, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah, so like the fucking term mean nothing anymore, right? Just like what does it mean
Yeah.
to be racist? I'm like if you say like race is real, right? That makes you racist nowadays. Like if you say like like there are difference based on race. Race is not just skin deep; it goes like deeper, right? You have difference in height, you have difference in athletic capability, and you have also difference in the brain, right, which is part of the body as well, right? It would be silly to think that it's not the case.
Well, skin color is the most obvious, but the least relevant.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Relevant part of race. Like,
So you can say like race is real, and that makes you a racist. Then, but you don't make any claim on human dignity or people should be treated on human rights, stuff like that, right? Just like you just say like, well, they're different, people are different, and also like individual are different, right? Individual inside a race are different. If you say that race is just skin color or just skin deep or no difference at all, then you're just a fucking idiot. Like no matter what you have to say,
no,
that doesn't matter.
you're probably a racist.
Yeah. But that's the other part as well as well, right? There's people that will agree that race is real and relevant,
Yeah.
and gonna act like this will control your whole fucking life. And I say, well,
Yeah.
that's also wrong. Like, and you see that on that's one position
It's
that you
only
see
relevant for
outside.
one people
For one people.
that it controls
Oh
their
yeah.
entire life.
Well, even that, not either. That
Yeah.
a lot of it is cultural in their case. A lot of it's cultural.
Yeah. They reinforce it a lot with
They reinforce it a lot, and
with
they
memberships and groups and
yes, and the way they're raised. If you're raised like all your whole life, like with be worried of those people are just waiting for an occasion to kill you and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna fucking make you insane. Plus,
yeah.
also like some practice that create like epigenetic trauma, like when you cut piece of flesh to an infant, right? piece of skin an infant. What? It's true. Create traumas that change the turn off some switch in the brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do that. They do that here everywhere. I think that they're finally stopped doing that to everyone. But
Yeah, at some point they did. I'm Catholic, so we don't do it. But yeah,
uh, uh, but still,
yeah. And again, it's not a guarantee, but it increased the
hmm
odds, right? Just like, and at some point when you keep stacking the odds in one way, then well, you have like some result coming up out of it, right?
well, and it's also when you train your enemy not to. You train your enemy, notably with this kind of guy, that any kind of collective work is fake
Yeah,
and gay.
yeah.
Uh, and so they laugh at it and oh you're protesting, you should get a job. I was like, no,
No,
they're doing more than
yeah, we
that. Like
want
there's other
the same thing,
things
you know,
in
we
work.
have some interests, we have some collective interest, we share some values, we
uh,
want a society to represent those values.
yeah,
We shouldn't be content with a society that always work against ourselves, like a government that always work against all the interests of our people. That's fucking insane, right?
yeah.
And yet here we are.
And yet here we
It's
are.
because
But
you surrendered.
it's because we're too passive, and like
We
we've
didn't
been like
surrender to
tricked into
anything.
this like
Yes, you
this
did.
hyper
How do you
individualism,
know?
right? Just like, oh, it's my, oh, I got mine, so I'm fine. It's me.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I don't care what others do. They can go screw themselves. You know, you have to think about your fellow man as well. You have to
yeah.
love your fellow.
Have
And
you been
organize
outside
with them.
lately?
What?
Well, that's why nobody organized with them to be a different way. Matter of fact, there's a group of people that organized specifically to make those people that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
If you got two teams, two basketball team, and one work as a team and the other one doesn't, it's easy to know who's gonna win.
the one that works as a team.
Yeah.
Uh,
Even if the other one got like
and
the best
and
player.
and the people that work as a team really like basketball for some reason.
See that's the
Love
part I
to use
They
different.
they don't play it themselves because they're too short and
Yeah.
uncoordinated. But
Well, they're the one organizing the other team.
so if you have two teams and one team's organized and they organize the other team to help them win,
Yeah, exactly. Like the same like one. Fuck, we're stretching it too thin now.
that's the point of the joke.
Yeah.
Though.
They organize one team and they disorganize the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, just like, you know, we have collective interest, and we should learn to work
To
together as a
work
people.
as a collective.
Yeah. Because like,
Good.
yeah, we have values, and those values, you know, like this, the whole like,
Because the individual only has the rights the group gives it.
well, that's true as well. Yeah. It's the might makes right thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the might. You
The
know.
only right the individual can give itself is being a victim.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, when 30
Well, it's
guys
because like,
surround you with rifles and you try
because
shooting at
the
them,
thing,
and they
like the real thing that we have to
use
say
you
is
as
like,
a rape toy for 6 weeks.
right or fake and gay. Rights don't exist. There's no such thing as a right. You don't have a fucking right.
They are what the group chooses to live by.
Exactly.
I
Like, you
yeah,
only have the right that you can defend,
Yeah.
and then they're not right. They're just like, you do whatever you want. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, might make right. That's the way of the world. Always has been. Always will be. Right. And we can collectivize, and we can decide, agree as a group. But then that's just where the might come from. That we're together as a
Yeah.
group and stuff like that. Like ape strong together. But
I believe you had a president that said, or one of your founding fathers said, we either hang together or we hang apart.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
What's that?
I forgot who it was. It wasn't during the Revolutionary
It
War.
wasn't Washington, was it? It was
No, it was Adams. No.
Adams. It might have been Adams. I think it was
Alright.
Adams. If not, it's Franklin. It was either Adams or Franklin.
Maybe Franklin. Yeah,
Sounds more like Franklin, to be honest.
Yeah,
could be. But
He's a nutter.
wasn't wrong though.
well, he was right.
No, I know. No.
They were all nutters. Like
Yeah.
you
Well,
guys, you guys had a civil war because you didn't. You wanted to pay taxes. Like that was the joke, right? Like you wanted to be able to sell tea and pay the same tax that the English were. But that was the thing. The whole Boston tea thing is bullshit. It's fake.
yeah, well, history is propaganda. There you
Yeah.
go. That's
Yeah.
science is fake. Rights don't exist. History is propaganda. That's the lesson of the day, kids.
We don't do lessons here. We do rants.
Oh,
That's
It's
the
in the
rant of the day.
was it reckless enough?
Nah, it's pretty bog standard. You got to bring up your game, Mr. Max.
Well, I know, a lot of people like don't fucking realize that people are sold like a bag of lies, right? Those big principles and stuff like that, and they fucking hang their identity in that, and they believe that. But it's all like, if you don't realize the way of the world, if you don't realize that those are all words, right? Those principles, they mean nothing. Like
They mean
when the rubber-
nothing if you aren't willing to die for them,
yeah,
and not just you, your community,
Yeah.
like everyone around you.
and if you're not willing to kill for them,
Yeah, yeah. If more importantly, it's the old adage: "I'm not here to die
And
for
not-
you. I'm here to make the other guy die for his king."
yeah, and not
Uh,
only if you're not willing, like if you're not willing and able, I should add.
mhm.
So turn yourself into a killing machine. That's
But not a killdozer killing machine, because
No.
like just buy the septic tank and put it in your property.
so. Oh, you like philosophy? Make yourself able to kill.
If you weren't aware, Shadow, the libertarian fandom of Killdozer, Killdozer?
Yeah.
Yeah, is bullshit as well. He didn't want to pay for a sewage connection to his property. He wanted the state to do it for him. He was upset that he wasn't being socially protected by a socialist government. He wanted socialism. He didn't want libertarianism. He was being anti-libertarian. He bought some land really cheap without investigating. Didn't want to fix the problem
Nobody's
with it.
libertarian.
And then when he was told he had to buy a septic tank or hook it up to the city, he wanted the city to pay for it, and they told him no. So he started running his sewage off into the local culvert.
That sounds pretty fucked up, but like all things,
Yeah,
I either one don't care or don't trust anything as gospel except the
no.
gospel.
This is what he wrote down in his own journals.
And journals can be faked. Everything can be faked. Everything can be lied. There are very few things I take as gospel.
This is true, but I'm betting the libertarians are the ones making up the bullshit because they usually do.
All that matters to me is when it comes to that particular story is what one man can do if he's sufficiently motivated. Even if that's motivated toward evil,
Or
never
retardation.
underestimate what
Or retardation.
Sure.
Now imagine what two men could have done if they were sufficiently motivated.
Yeah.
It's actually like what's that the curve
Parabolic.
called?
It's a parabolic curve.
Yeah, where you get more
Yeah.
out of the increase, right? So it'd be
Until
like,
you get like a diminishing return, but yeah.
3 times as much or whatever. Well, that's why you need to sell.
Often like that's
have a
often
sell
the thing, like,
structure in your organizations.
I have an extra pair of hands. Oftentimes, like make work much more than twice as fast, right? Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if one guy's just standing around for most of it, he's
Making sure
doing
you don't get
enough.
caught. He's called a
Well,
lookout.
Well, yes.
He's called a lookout.
Sometimes you've got 5 lookouts and it doesn't help you.
Right.
Then
you have to look out for the lookout.
Well, you got guys in a van. But no, it's like you have the one guy just standing around doing like surface work or whatever, and that's saving you from having to do it at the end of the job or stop your main work to
Yeah, and once
make
and
an
then like at
instant
some point you
meal
have
or
to
whatever.
move something heavy, then I understand.
Yeah.
Right. Mm.
Instead of going and finding a pump truck or whatever, or,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
Or you the gopher, right? Oh, can you go for get me that, right?
yeah,
Helps a lot.
that's mostly what I did when I was roofing was gopher.
Yeah.
But like the guys working on the roof don't need to come down and get nails or pump the shingles up the
Yeah.
ladder or whatever. So
Yeah.
it saves like that's
Yeah, and like
15-20 minutes. Even if
and
they only have to go from where they're working to the edge where the ladder is,
he can
that's all
focus
right.
on his thing, and he's probably like
Yeah,
much faster than you were doing his thing, right? So
yeah,
yeah,
To the point they came up with a special name for it.
oh, yeah. Go for.
yeah, gopher.
Uh,
Yeah.
I like doing that work. Of course, there's like the put all the stuff being torn off into the truck or whatever.
What?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks.
But when you tear down a roof, you got to tear off the old one first.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't just leave that in the person's front yard.
Well, sometimes
Well, you can, but
people lay a roof.
Right on top of the old. Oh,
Yeah, you build a new roof on top of the old one.
that's not good because that you're tearing off the old one because it's rotting.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, and then the rot will seep to the new one. Anyway, just depending what you do. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but yeah. Like fucking like getting rid of shingle, that's fucking annoying, man. Oh,
Yeah.
like when I redid my roof.
I didn't know there was a cure for shingles.
A what?
Dad joke.
I didn't get it. Sorry, might be like
Shingles is like a thing you
Oh.
can get, the disease.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know there was a cure for shingles.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That was dumb.
Anyway, guys.
No, we should wrap up.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to wrap up.
Yeah, it's almost 2 hours.
Yeah. I'll just
When
kill.
when we go over 2 hours, it sometimes eats into the rest of my day in ways
Yeah,
I
and then
don't
we start
expect.
talking about food and shit like that.
Oh,
There's nothing wrong with talking about food.
I'm gonna get something to eat after this.
I need to go to the grocery.
Yeah, I'm good, but yeah.
I haven't eaten today.
Me neither. But it's normal for me at this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's sort of normal for me. Sometimes I have lunch, sometimes I don't.
And Hungar, I hope James just started his show. That sucks because I will go over and say hi, and then he'll be like, "Oh, come on the show." And I'm like,
Yeah.
Hungar, I hope you're feeling better, bro. Keep us posted. You know, make sure you're sticking around for a while. We got plans for you.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna do the wrap up. You're doing a thing tonight, Mr. Max, with the game.
Yes, we're gonna
those
have our
people-
game, right? The Secret of the Rising Sun. It's a lot of fun. I'm not a big fan of the set of the system.
I don't think any of you guys are.
What system?
But it's a world without number.
Oh,
Yeah, but system don't get too much in the way of what we do usually. But I really like the setting, and I really like the characters that we have. So.
Yeah. Shadow, you should ask Rick to teach you how to do 4D.
yeah. I was in some of those games. I know how to do it. It's just teaching it, not so much. And
I wouldn't mind if Grayson would take that lesson.
What?
Yeah. I've been talking to him about it.
One of
I have to do it a little more one-on-one. But I just want everybody to be, comfortable with each other and, not so strict about it. It is supposed to be about having a good time more than anything else. And
well,
I don't
If you're
believe in
not
good
having a
luck.
good time, why are you playing?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I'm joking around. Right? Just
Of
like
course,
it-
just because like we're just like, it's about fun. It's not about fun. It's serious business.
Yeah, good time is a
if
better
it was about
term than
serious
fun.
business, I'd be making some coin. But if that's not the case, so right,
Yeah. It's a hobby after all.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
a simple check through your local dictionary, look up fun, hobbies, entertainment, etc.
yeah.
It's pretty plain and
Well,
clear.
I understand the difference between fun and like enjoyment, and most people use them interchangeably when they shouldn't, and I do too because it's common vernacular these
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
But yes, it should be enjoyment, not fun. But
because if it's not, you could be doing your taxes and getting something
yeah,
done. You know,
yeah.
working
Well,
out, and anything else. But some people actually enjoy working out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
it's all subjective, and
yeah.
I need to punish
Well,
myself. That's why I work out.
you what?
I need to
punish
myself.
himself. You should just take
Well,
a flatulation, bro. It's a lot
I do
healthier.
too as well, man.
because I guarantee you'd make more money if you did an OnlyFans,
You think so?
flagellation channel
Yeah.
than you'll ever make on YouTube. Just saying.
Yeah.
And
Like
you might meet that woman that you've always looked for.
you're trying to recruit me to your empire now, Shadow.
No.
We didn't get that one out all day.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh.
Right in under the wire.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Raven, for the good word. Another question is like, am I perfect for a woman? And I don't think I'm perfect. So
No one's perfect.
Yeah,
You just
yeah, yeah,
gotta
yeah, yeah,
embrace
yeah.
your
As soon
flaws.
as you start
yeah.
doing that, you eliminate any chance of happiness.
Mhm.
Well,
Um,
I can still get better. I can still like I need to be better.
There's difference between
everybody
improvement.
could be better.
Yeah.
Period.
Um, yeah,
Well,
because
except me, of course.
well,
I'm done. I'm
you got a little bit of a problem with over financializing everything.
uh, yeah. Well, I grew up pretty poor, and now I'm not, and I want to stay that way.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure my family stays that way, and that's how we rate just about everything these days.
It's sad. It's
Yeah.
sad though.
And it doesn't mean that that's the only thing I consider, but it's up there. I know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
have a good day,
Okay.
guys.
Party on Max.
Talk to you later.
I will be doing a video in about an hour or so. Actually, a little bit later, but I will be doing a video on Gamma World. I'm almost done, but I finally found one that it didn't suck, so I want
Really?
to talk about it. And then
Wednesday, and then
Friday, of course.
i-
You gonna
if
play
I
us a
if I
song?
turn around later and see you there with that fucking thing, I will expose you to the sun, you ginger bastard.
That's your latest
I'll
song?
follow you. What?
That's your latest song?
My what?
Latest song.
Yeah,
Song.
exactly.
Yeah, just
Yeah. I still need to develop like the little muscle there in the mouth, man, to be able to get like a good note. It's,
well, you
You keep
first need to
talking
become
like that, you're
black.
gonna find yourself more than that perfect woman.
Good thing, eh? Good
You're
thing
gonna find her boyfriend, and the three of you will live happily ever after.
With your
All right.
camcorder right there.
Stranger things have happened.
Okay, so Shadow's doing this thing. Max got a show later. Go watch that. Go watch that. I'll be back on Wednesday, and I've got a couple ideas for stories. I just released a story over on Bone Spears and
Oh man.
Starships last
You know,
weekend, over the weekend or whatever.
I need to fucking write a script for I want to see a movie with Nicolas Cage and Keanu Reeves together. They never made a movie together. They should.
I would pay money to go see that.
And like I was thinking, like I want to make like a crime drama set in Brazil in the 50s with the Japanese community in Brazil. Tell
I
you
think
about
Nicolas
that.
Cage would be down for that because he's weird that way.
Well,
But I
That-
don't
that
know about
sounds
can really start
incredibly
Asian, so he could play like this,
Hoppa.
yeah, he could play the Hapa there.
Frank
Yeah, it was back in the day when in Brazil,
Herman
like
Hoppa.
the Japanese was treated like a second-class citizen, right?
Yeah.
So like I have this whole thing, and Brazil was turning into like a more modern country. So I think it's an interesting setting. But I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, but I don't think either of those guys. Well, Nicolas Cage has been doing some deep stuff and
What?
lately.
Yeah, no, Nicolas Cage do anything.
Yeah, I liked Pig. Pig was good.
And I haven't seen Pig yet.
You
I've
should
been
go see Pig.
yeah,
Pig, you'll like Pig.
yeah. I've
Yeah.
tried to watch Prisoner of Ghostland yesterday, and it was like too stupid. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I stopped.
There's a class of Nicolas Cage movies that you just need to.
Yeah, I wanna watch the Unbearable Weight of Success, something like that.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, but like I'm putting some
Hey,
hey
Brian, long
Brian.
time to see, man.
Yeah,
I'm putting
well,
some Nicolas Cage movie. Like I'm catching up on my Nicolas Cage filmography before I
Yeah.
go. Like it's a movie where he play himself. The Unbearable Weight of Success.
yeah.
The
Oh,
Unbearable
okay.
Weight of
I
Talent.
remember that one now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Brian. We're actually getting sidetracked from wrapping up. So.
Yeah, sorry. Talking about Nicolas Cage movie with Keanu Reeves set in Brazil in the 50s. Center about like, it's like, I thought about it. Like I'd say like Nicolas Cage would be like this guy that is now like,
Now,
the head of a crime family, but want to regularize thing.
yeah. Here's
And
the key.
Keanu Reeves is a half brother, bastard half brother.
Nicolas Cage will do anything, and Keanu Reeves has been known to have his signature forged on contracts before. So
But those two need to make a movie together before it's too late.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
yes,
Yeah.
You need to restart your Twitter account and start tweeting that hashtag Keanu Cage duo.
You know,
So
technically I studied in script writing, right? And I did some work in there. It's I just need to sit down and do it at some point. But
okay, let me look over it.
yeah, I will.
Yeah.
All right, take care, guys.
I want to see your treatment by the end of the day.
Oh.
Take care, guys.
Party on, everyone.
Happy trails.